back to the channel. Today we're going out to 2 different estate sales and I'm going to show you a big haul of a bunch of home decor that I've been collecting over the last 3 months. One of these estate sales is run privately, so it might be more garage sale vibes than it is estate sale vibes, but some of those end up being like the best deals, so we'll have to go check it out. It did start a couple hours ago, so I don't know what's going to be left, but hopefully we'll find some good things. The second sale is run by a company, and these are usually more expensive because this is the first day of the sale, so we'll see what they have. I don't know if I'll be able to afford anything, honestly, but both of these sales advertised in their pictures and their titles and descriptions that they had a lot of mid-century modern items. So we'll go check those out, and then when we get back, I'm going to show you a ton of different things that I've picked up over the last 3 months. As I'm always going off to a random thrift store or garage sale or estate sale at some point, sometimes I end up walking away with nothing or just one thing. So maybe if I do these like collective hauls, you guys can kind of get an idea of where I'm taking the design of the home. So let's go out there and see what we can find. So I overheard that the man who lived at this property was actually an interior designer for residential and restaurant properties, so there was a good eclectic mix of quality items here. There was a lot that I didn't like. Some of it felt like decor that you could get at World Market, or it was just a little bit too antique for my personal taste. But for the most part, I think I was attracted to the little things that were in the corner that nobody else was paying attention to. For example, I saw this really interesting candle snuffer that was $10, so it was kind of overpriced, but they were saying that everything was 25% off and that they would give you a bundle deal if you brought a bunch to the table. I also saw this really cool nautical looking mid-century type of light. I accidentally touched it and basically burnt my finger, but I didn't think it was worth taking home just because I have so many lamps. However, I've never seen one like that and I really did like it, and I kind of regret not getting it. I've also been looking in the sheets because you can always easily clean and sanitize those as long as they're not stained. So I liked these a lot, but they were monogrammed, so I passed on those. I really liked this office lamp in here. I haven't seen one like that specifically in that size or shape before. This property was really beautiful actually, and if you emptied out the entire house, I think I would absolutely love living in a place like this. There was also this beautiful sunroom in the middle of the house where I found this really cool Italian lamp, and I'm sure you can assume that I took this home. I also found this really interesting looking bud vase. There were so many things here that were so random and eclectic. The outdoor space was really great too, and I always love looking in the outdoor areas for backyard stuff, whether it's a fountain or a pot, or even this like really interesting basket could be great as like a harvest basket. I went to check out their balcony deck that overlooked this canyon space, and again, I would absolutely love living here if I could really redo this space and put my own decor and furniture out here, but what a fun property to entertain at. And if you can't tell here, my audio cut out and this is voiceover. Basically, all I'm saying is that I really liked this sale. It was a little bit pricey and there were a ton of people in here. It was hard to even walk through it, but I did find some good things and they gave me a few discounts. So I'll show you those when I get home. And now we're gonna head over to the second estate sale. Interesting. They looked like your classic vintage frame, but they were made out of plastic. I've never seen anything like that before. I also found another really cute potential harvest basket, and when I walked into this house, I was like, oh my god, I wish I came here at 9 a.m. when it started, because what a beautiful, quality, authentic, mid-century modern home. Again, this would be another place I would absolutely love to live. I would keep the wood paneling, I would keep those parquet floors, and wait till you see the view out of the gigantic windows in the sunroom, because I was obsessed. Literally everything in this house was great. It just needs a little cleanup and an update, and I would move in tomorrow. Initially, I was a little afraid of this art, but then I realized that this frame that it's in is the exact same one that I have that I just restored in my art video. It's just in pristine condition. I was also really tempted to buy a bunch of books, but I have so many already. There was just a bunch of really cool ones here. Again, I found some interesting baskets and there were some really great decor pieces. There was a lot of atomic looking mid-century furniture here that was super fun. And this little corner desk here reminded me of the desk that I DIY'd for my office. I think I like mine a little bit better, honestly, just because of the color palette. And there was some great light fixtures that I wanted to purchase, but they said they weren't for sale, unfortunately. I also did like a lot of the furniture pieces here, but I just don't need them at the moment. Like this chair I thought was really interesting, kind of felt Art Deco craftsman vibe era. That was a really cool sale and such a cool house. The prices were really, really good. And the guy was like so nice and easy to negotiate with. So I just kind of dropped a pile on the desk and said, what do you think for all of this? And he gave me like this mid-century teak coat stand and a whole bunch of other stuff for like $60. So I know that I probably would have found so many other better things if I came earlier, but it is what it is. I think I made out well and I have some good things for the guest bathroom. And honestly, it was just fun. I love getting out there and looking at these old homes and seeing what's going on. So I'm gonna head back home and I'll meet up with you there to show you my haul. Okay, so I'm back home and I'm gonna share with you everything I picked up at those 2 estate sales. So let's jump into that and then I'll show you all the other things I've been picking up in the last like 3 months or so. Okay, so first is this little box. You guys know I love little thrifted boxes and these are great for perfume or jewelry, especially when they have like the felt on the inside. And this one was listed for 20, but she gave it to me for 10. And I just really liked the woodwork on it. I thought it was just really well made. And I like swapping these out, you know, throughout the months just because I kind of get bored with what I have. So it's kind of nice to have like a couple of these on hand and you can use them for just about anything. I also picked up these shelving brackets. So these are handmade by a designer. She told me the name and I'll put it on the screen if I look it up and find it. But they are made out of oak. And what's really nice about them is it's got this little mounting piece here. So you can take this out and mount this on the wall and then slide this little like bracket on. And then it came with these really pretty smoked glass shelves. And I just think this is such a cool statement piece. And I think it would look really cool in either the guest bedroom or the guest bathroom, especially since the guest bathroom is so small and there's like no storage in there. So I'm really excited to use these in a future makeover. I also picked up this Japanese flip clock. I thought this was so cool. I love the shape of it and it's so retro and it plugs in and everything. So I might end up putting this in the bedroom or in the guest bedroom / office, which officially is going to be like my office and studio now. So you guys will hear about that later, but I really want to use this in there. I also picked up this really pretty ceramic pot. So this is signed on the bottom, Laura something or other, but it is, he said, from like the 60s or something like that. And I just thought this was such a cool shape. It's so sculptural and you can definitely use it as like a plant pot or just something sculptural on the bookshelf, but I love this a lot. I think the sheen on here is what's like really the most interesting to me. It's just kind of like got this gunmetal vibe. I don't know, I like it a lot. I think it was really, really pretty. Okay, so this is from the first estate sale. It's this Italian modern little lamp. I think it's just so cool the way that it's been designed. On the bottom, it says it's made in Italy by a company, I think, called Artemide Sidecar. I love like the little pull string on here and I like the little red detail. I think this is just a very cool like modernist lamp that I probably am going to end up using in that guest room space as well. I also picked up this really cute basket. I love it so much. I'm gonna use it in the garden as like a harvest basket. I love that it has a handle. It is kind of deep, so like when you do pick like, you know, cherry tomatoes and strawberries, you kind of have to do that last or else you'll get squished on the bottom. But I mean, can you just imagine like a bunch of like abundant like lettuce and onions and stuff coming out of here. I think it's gonna be so cute. So I really like this a lot. I also picked up a set of 4 of these milk glass mugs. These were basically free because I bought a bunch of stuff together and the guy said he wasn't gonna charge me the $4 a piece. So I really like these a lot and I think they'll look great on my coffee bar. I also think that because I like these, I might get rid of a couple other ones as well. And then I swear I was just manifesting one of these for the guest bathroom. It's like one of these pull out mirrors. And I thought this would be so nice to have in there considering it's so small. I mean, how cool is this? I love this so much. And this was $5. It was from the first estate sale. I also picked up these knobs. I thought these were really cool. There was another one, but the little gem was missing. So I'm gonna have to find something that takes 3 knobs, I guess, or 2 maybe. But yeah, I thought these were really cool. And you know, I collect knobs because I'm always like DIYing a piece of furniture or something. So these were only $3 a piece. And then they were like 25% off at the first estate sale. So I also picked up this teak coat rack, which I think is so cool. And this is from the second estate sale. And this guy sold it to me for $20. I think that's how much it came out to after like the whole bundle deal. But I really like it a lot. And we've been wanting something like this, especially during the season where we have a lot of hats or jackets or something. So I think this is really cool. And it just feels like quality wood. Okay, I think that was it for the estate sale portion, but I do want to show you some other things that I've been picking up. So first, you guys know that I love the animal sculptures, and I found this really pretty wood horse head. And I think I revealed to you in one of my videos that I am an ex-horse girl. I used to ride horses when I was younger and was very into it. I just uncovered that again because I went through my childhood box and like found all of this stuff. So I really wanted to incorporate like, you know, my inner child, and I found this like almost immediately after thinking that. And I thought this was just a really pretty addition to put in the house somewhere. And then again with the animal sculptures, you probably saw one of these in one of my recent videos, but I got this set of bookends with these wood carved quails on the end, and this one's a little loose. I still need to like tighten the screw on the bottom, but I got the pair for $25 at an antique store, and I thought that they were so like modern and simple and cute. And I don't know, at some point I'm really gonna have to cull down all the animal stuff that I have, but I do really like those bookends. And if you remember, for the longest time I could not find bookends that I really loved that were just simple. So those were really great that I wanted to share with you. So I picked this handmade piece of pottery up at an estate sale. It's signed on the bottom, and I just loved like how chunky it was. It's got so much texture, and I love that it's like a little vase on top. And I have been collecting really unique pieces like this to showcase on my bookcase, and I kind of swap them out every month or 2 or so, just when I feel like I want to, you know, see something different. So I picked this up for I think $20. Okay, so I also picked up this gigantic lampshade that's from Restoration Hardware at a thrift store for $2. The color of it is really what sold me. I have so many white lampshades, or the ones that are kind of like cream, or they just look discolored from the years. But this one being this like darker chocolate brown color, and it's a nice linen material. It's just really big, so I'm gonna have to find the right lamp for it. But I did just go to a garage sale, I think 2 weekends ago, and I found this really cool lamp that actually might work with it. I haven't even tried it yet. Okay, so this is the lamp. I love that it has this kind of old craftsman vibe to it. It's made out of what seems like solid wood because it is so heavy, and it's got this nice kind of green painted detail on here. I do like this a lot, but it is, you know, quite big. So it's gonna have to like make a statement somewhere. So it needs to be in the right spot, but I do really feel like it should be in the living room. And it's making me feel like I really want to just completely redo the living room in this California craftsman kind of beach house vibe. I don't know, but we'll see. But I really do love this a lot. I think it's so cool. Okay, we're in my office for a moment. I have a chair in here that I will reveal to you in the makeover for this room. It's really cool. So that's something I picked up. It's just a little teaser. And then ignore the mess in here. Honestly, I need to deal with that. But I picked up this really cool wool blanket. It's a Scottish wool blanket, and it's this beautiful plaid texture. I actually had a blanket like this when I was younger, and I don't know what happened to it. So when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I need this. I think it was $30, and it's just like the softest texture. It's so nice. And I was really looking for something like this for the holiday season. So I think it'll look great on like the sofa, but I might even still try it on the bed, like at the end. But yeah, I wanted to show you that. I thought it was just really, really pretty. I also want to do more of this reveal in the makeover video, but I found this amazing rug for for the kitchen, and it's a wool rug and it's just super cool and I love the colors of it and it's like the perfect size. So we'll talk about more of that when we get there. I also don't know if I showed you guys this, but if I didn't, I just wanted to show it to you because how cool is this? It's a little piece of pottery that I got from Goodwill for $5.99. And I think the colors are like blue and kind of like a brownish stone color. So I really liked this a lot and I've just been using it for random like catch-all stuff in this room. I also found these really interesting bookends. They're really basic, but I kind of liked the shape and how like minimal they were. And they were only $4. So I think I got these from an estate sale as well. And I think from the same estate sale, I picked up these. So these are like a curtain rod or, you know, towel rod holder. And so I was thinking about putting these maybe in the kitchen or maybe in the guest bathroom. They're really heavy duty and super cool looking. I also found this really unique piece of art, this portrait painting that looks like an oil painting at a garage sale for only $15. It says the artist's name is Sadler on the bottom and on the back. I don't know who that is. I tried looking it up. I did look up the frame though. It says like Anco built NY2C, and it looks like these types of canvas frames were made in like the 30s and 40s, but they could have been made all the way up to the 70s. So I'm not really sure when this is from, but it feels very old, and we just thought like he had the coolest, most interesting expression on his face. So I'm definitely going to make a frame for him to kind of like mount him in there. So that might be like a little fun DIY in the future, and we'll have to find a place for him because I don't know where he belongs yet. And then I also picked up this really cool faux wood lampshade. There's no like scratching or staining or cracking, and I love like the kind of khaki banding on the top and the bottom. I think this is a really cool vibe, and it's definitely going to fit the style of this house no matter where I put it. So I thought it was worth picking up, and I think it was honestly like $4 or something like that. Wow, this is really nice lighting. I should sit here more often. I'm just kind of all around the house picking up what I can, and everything's a mess right now, so just ignore that. I'm working on stuff. This is not supposed to be here, but let's just move on and pretend it's not there. So I have this really pretty plate that I picked up. It's kind of got this like Japanese fish motif going on. It almost looks like it's been etched away from the glaze. It's a heavy, heavy plate. So I got a really nice heavy plate hanging kit to put it up on the wall somewhere. It just feels really special. I wish there was a signature on it, but there is not. I also picked up a set of these placemats. They're kind of like a grassy texture, and I love the color a lot. I think it's really pretty, and this is great for, you know, the holidays, fall, Thanksgiving. We do like all the, you know, dinner parties and stuff like that. And I think there's 5. Yeah, I wish there was more, like 8, but sometimes I mix and match things, so I think it's totally fine. And really just like the texture and the coloring. I think it's really pretty. I know there's some stuff in the garage that I didn't get a chance to show you because we found out that there was somewhat of a rodent issue going on in there. I alerted the landlord and the property manager like ASAP, and then someone came out and they said don't go in there, and they noticed that like things were getting chewed through. I also had like 2 of my vintage lampshades get chewed on, and I guess they were using it for a nest. So kind of upsetting, and I guess it's pretty common and they're dealing with it, but I can't really go in there, and I haven't been in there for a couple weeks. So it's kind of put me behind on some things considering like all my tools and a lot of my stuff is out there. It is what it is, but I'm currently transforming this room, as you can tell. Like, ignore the mess. We've got this here that's not meant to be there. That tree I think is getting replaced. That big box is a big thing that I am putting in my studio that you'll see. So a lot going on here, just not at the pace that I want. But like I've always said, you know, you build rooms slowly and intentionally. So this is a realistic approach to creating a home for yourself and curating it on a budget. And honestly, I think it's more fun to go shopping and find things secondhand and find them on Facebook Marketplace and things like that. But it does in turn just like take a while to curate a space. So that's kind of why these makeovers that I work on take a little bit longer. And also last thing, I created an Instagram. It's the same username at livingwithlk. I don't know what to do with it yet. I just uploaded like 2 shorts and a couple stories. I have never really been a big Instagram person, but I thought it would be like the perfect place to upload little things here and there, or updates around the house that maybe won't make it into a full video. So if you're into that kind of like behind the scenes kind of thing, I guess that's maybe more so what it is. Go follow me there and we can chat there. Okay, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.